Hello there folks, and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today we're going to be taking a look at the very first iteration of the Planetside social module that has been released. To be honest, there's not too much functionality in it as of yet, but this is basically a tech demo to show you what they've been working on, and they have been working on a lot. Not only is the Planetside location incredibly detailed, which we will take a look at, it shows a lot of behind-the-scenes work on what they've been doing for the persistent universe, which is going to be cool, so we can kind of see how the Planetside locations are going to work on other planets as well. So let's take a look. The very first thing you have to do is, well, you start in your hangar. To get to the Planetside location, you have to go into your main hangar bay. If you only have one, that will be your main hangar bay. And then you'll go to the back. There'll be a door, and it will open up, and that's in all of the hangars. It doesn't matter if you're in the asteroid, the industrial hangar. It doesn't matter. There's going to be a door that opens, and inside that door there is going to be an elevator. So you take that elevator up to the surface, and as you can see, this is area 1 of Arc Corp, which indicates that there's going to be several areas, and you can tell in the game model that there are going to be several areas to Arc Corp, but only one is available as of now. So we're going to take this up to the surface, just click it, and away we go. Launch. Alright, and here we are. We are in the entrance and departure area for Arc Corp. So if you own a hangar on Arc Corp, that's obviously where you're going to come in from. However, if you don't own a hangar and you're just flying around space and you want to land here at this particular location, you're going to be able to land in a landing pad very similar to that, and you can see them scattered throughout the world, so I'm sure you'll land at different landing pads, depending which ones are full in your instance in which you are joining. And to get into the Arc Corp world, because it is a safe and regulated system, you're going to have to relieve yourself of all weapons, at least all that they can detect, and they'll scan you for them. You'll probably have to put them away, or you won't be able to use them. And this is the Planetside location. There are a lot of things that I really like about this Planetside location. Not only does it show the immense amount of work and detail that they've put into the Planetside location itself, it shows how most Planetside locations are probably going to look as far as what you will find in them, what kind of shops you're going to find, how they're going to be arranged. And it also shows the immense amount of server-side and client-side architecture that it took to make something like this. So you can tell that they've been working around the clock to bring us some nice content, and it also does show that they are working on making this a persistent universe, which is the whole point of Star Citizen. So first we're going to just take a look at a couple of the shops. The very first shop is a medical unit, and I'm sure it's going to be more than just a shop. If you get killed or injured in space, you'll probably wake up in one of these rooms back here, which are fully modeled, by the way. If you can glitch your way through the door, you can actually walk around back there and see some pretty cool stuff. However, there's more than just that there. We have medical components that you can buy, or you will be able to buy. It's just a showcase for now, but when the persistent universe is there, you're going to be able to buy all sorts of things to heal you and help you along your journey in space, and obviously you're going to be buying them at this person here, at this location. So, it's pretty cool. Nice area. Got some good details in the ceiling, nice lighting. Looks pretty nice all around. And we're also going to take a look at the dark alleyways in the back. There's a lot of detail that they added back there. We're going to take a look at that in a little bit as well. And one thing about design is usually you never create something that you're not going to use, which means all those dark alleyways are probably going to have a use. You're probably going to be able to find jobs that are what you would say not on the level. They're not legal jobs, strictly speaking. However, in the job well right here, you should be able to find all sorts of very legal jobs, because the job well is, well, exactly where you find jobs. At least in the Arc Corp system. And it's pretty easy to tell how this is going to work when the game is launched. They have all these little consoles here. You're probably going to be able to walk up to them, activate them, and try to find whatever job suits your fancy. And ooh, that is a beautiful vista. And there's another landing pad there with a constellation there with It appears as though a buggy was doing donuts there. I don't know if you can actually see that. Yeah, there's a buggy doing burnouts and stuff, leaving tire tracks everywhere. That's kind of cool. Anyhow. And I did count up all of those job stations. I believe there are 32 of them, so they're never going to be completely full, as a server instance is only going to have around 64 people in it. So that would mean that half of the people in your server instance are going to be would have to be at a job station for them to be full. So you're probably never going to have to wait in line to access a job computer at the job well. Very nice looking area. Reminds me of the business hangar. However, I suppose if you're in a job well, it's technically kind of business-like, so that would make sense. All right. Let's continue on our little tour here. And obviously, yes, these are actual people running around. Just shows more of what they have been doing in the server-side support, which is kind of cool. And looks like you're going to be able to drive your buggies here, and there is a place to fuel them, which is kind of cool. Well, let's take a look at the bar back here. This is a place where you're going to be able to hang out with friends, possibly pick up a job or two. It's pretty cool. I like the fact that they have engines and stuff strewn around. It feels like a very nice space biker bar. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. And you have all of your posters, these advertisements, and you have stuff on the TV. And yes, there are emotes that we can do, as this person is doing there. I'm not going to go through all of the emotes, but we have several different emotes we can do. We have, let's take a look. We have 8 different cheer emotes. So let's do cheer number 7. Yeah, so that's one of the emotes we can do. There are also 2 like meh blah type emotes. There are 4 clap emotes. There are 4 come gestures. There are 6 dance emotes. I suppose we're in a dance floor. We might as well. So let's do dance number 4. And wow, what an awesome dance. But there are 6 of them that you can do. There is a kind of face-palming failure emote. There are 4 gloating emotes, 1 laughing emote, 2 salute emotes, and 2 kind of stinky smell emotes. Let's do 1 more, and then we can call it. Let's do salute number 2. There we go. So you can tell that they did motion capture all of these emotes, and they actually look pretty cool, but they're just emotes, so they're, well, they'll be more useful and more fun later in the game. But I suppose that's all you can really do right now, other than talk to people. And let's move on. The Kasaba outlet is where you're going to be able to buy clothes. However, you can't customize your character yet, so you can't do that. Alright, now that we've done most of the shops in this area, let's take a look at some of the back alleyways, where some of the darker dealings are probably going to go on. This is a regulated system, however, you're still probably going to be able to find what we would say black market jobs, where you're going to be able to sell things and, well, pick up jobs that are not so legal back here. Also looks like there is a clinic of some sort. Perhaps if you are, well, say not legal in this system and don't want to get arrested when you go to the other clinic, maybe you'll be able to go to this one. But it's not open, so who knows? Maybe it's just something different entirely. Also, this is going to be a little bit bigger than it is right now. As you can tell, there are signs pointing to Zone 2, and there are also other signs pointing to Zone 2 as well, which means that there probably very well will be a Zone 2. And as we know in interviews and such, you will be able to buy little apartments and hangars, obviously, but apartments on the planet, and right now there's no indication of where those apartments would be, and I'm guessing they would possibly be in a Zone 2, as well as other shops. So that's probably what you will find in a Zone 2. Alright, well let's take a look at the alleyway behind the Kasaba and G-Lock, because there was an alleyway back here. Got some graffiti and stuff. Looks really cool. Must have rained recently because there is water everywhere. A lot of trash and garbage back here, where all the darker dealings are going to go, and yes, there are people back here who probably... I mean, even if you can't carry guns and stuff back here, I can guarantee you that somebody might beat the crap out of you with just melee combat back here. So you might want to stay where, you know, the police can see if you don't want to get killed. Looks like trash compactors of sorts. And maybe even a place to land your ship if you are not necessarily legal in this system. Who knows? I'm sure we'll find out later. And then we can continue on back here. Some nice vistas. And one thing that I really like about this is that, yes, that is actually the G-Lock bar, and you can see inside of it. So there is, like, no limit to the render distance, which is kind of cool. Well, there is a limit, but it just adds to the immersion that you can actually see inside of a bar that you were once in, because there are no loading screens to go in that bar, which is really kind of cool. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize. In a lot of other MMOs, when you go inside of a building, there's a loading screen, which kind of breaks the immersion. However, there's no loading screen here, and you can simply see what's happening in that bar, which is kind of cool. Up the stairs over here, around the corner, some more cool stuff. And over here, there's actually a stairway that leads down, and that leads over to the Area 2 in Zone 2, which the signs were pointing to earlier. So there's some sort of indication that there's going to be another zone in here, possibly even a Zone 3. We'll never know. Possibly, but we'll find out later. Let's head back into the civilized part of the Arc Corp area. And we're back in the main town square area, right by the Kasaba outlet. Well, let's travel on over to the Astro Armada. The Astro Armada is the place that you're going to be able to buy ships in Arc Corp. And as has been stated, you're not going to be able to buy every ship at every dealer. And this ship dealer looks as though it deals in more luxury ships, such as the M50 over there. And the other ships that they have posters of seem to be nicer ships. You're probably not going to be able to buy an Aurora here, for example. Ooh, that's a nice ship. Too bad I'm probably never going to get a hold of one. And there we go. We have a P-52 Merlin on the wall over there. And there is an elevator, or we can't use it, but it must go up to something. An 890 jump. I would really like one of those. So you can very, very much tell that this is a luxury ship dealer, judging by the cool art on the ceiling as well. Yes, a Bengal carrier. You're never going to be able to buy those, unfortunately. Well, actually, it's probably fortunately, because you don't want everybody flying around in a Bengal carrier. That would kind of ruin the game for the rest of us. Alright, and this is probably where you're going to be buying the ships. Alright, well that's cool. Got some nice seating there, nice plants. Walk all over them. Rah! Alright, let's head on out. So that's where you can buy the ships, but if you already have a ship and don't want to buy one, you can always head on over to the Dumpers Depot, which is over here. Also another sign to Zone 2. If you want to upgrade your ship, just go to Dumpers Depot. They have all sorts of cool stuff. They have engines in the window, so obviously you can buy engines. If you want to repair your ship, you can do that as well. It says, we reuse and recycle everything, so you're probably going to be able to sell stuff here as well, which is going to be cool. Just taking a look over here on the shelves as to what you can buy. You can probably upgrade your seats. They got some tractor beams, which means you're probably going to be able to buy weapons. And yes, there is a laser right there, so you're going to be able to buy weapons and upgrade your ship. Cool stuff, and there is a ship being repaired in the background. And almost definitely you're going to be able to sell stuff here as well. Probably the same stuff that you could buy. And pretty cool, pretty cool. The environments here are very, very highly detailed. And if this is any indication of how the rest of the Planetside locations are going to look, it's going to be an awesome game. Even if it does use very similar MMO type game architecture as the Planetside location type stuff. If you've ever played something like Star Trek Online is kind of similar. I was trying to think of a game that's has a similar type way that the Planetside locations work, and it's kind of similar. Obviously, it's not nearly as detailed, but they have the same general things that you can find in every station and every Planetside location. Just like this, however, this is much, much better looking. And let's head on over. There is one shop that we missed, and that would be the gun store. So let's take a look at that. Garbage cans. Cubby Blast, the place where you're going to be able to buy all sorts of guns. How American. Since 2932. Best prices in the verse. Darn right. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Ah, yes. Happy Gilmore much. Nice reference. Looks like they're also going to have a range here, so it says try a rifle, pistol, or shotgun. That would be nice if you could actually try the guns before you buy them. Shoplifters will be executed to the full extent of the law. Well, I guess I'm not going to be stealing anything here. And obviously, as the game progresses, more guns are going to be available. And right now, only a couple of these shelves are filled. Cool. It's like chain gun ammunition over there. And as well as that, we have flashbangs, grenades, smoke grenades, and the like. So this is where you're going to be able to buy guns and stuff. Awesome. Well, not only guns, looks like you're going to be able to buy mines. Looks like a claymore type thing. And ammunition as well. And knives. Cool. Alright, well, that is basically it for the shops that you're going to be able to find as of now. Obviously, it looks as though they're going to be adding an entire another zone to Arc Corp. Possibly even more. But that has been what has been updated so far. And then, other than that, we just have this cool little walkway where we can overlook everything. Doesn't really go anywhere. But yeah, that has been the Planetside module for Star Citizen as of September 2015. So thank you folks for watching, and I will see you folks next time.